but Atkinson did well. The boy from... Oh my goodness! Have you seen a more freakish goal in A-League history? Riley McGree with a scorpion kick into the top corner. It's one of the most amazing things we've ever seen. Come on, Ernie, on your feet. Great touch, Georgescu. The 1-2 and the Renan Gita. I mean, just when you think you've seen everything. Look at Vazanis. He's just watched that sail over his head. It's not going to, is it? It's not. It did, you know. What an incredible effort from Riley McGree.
What an incredible effort indeed, ladies and gentlemen. The goal that gets the Jets, got the Jets equal last night for the in the A-League.
Got them equal,
and then put them into the grand final. It sounds like it got a few people off the couch. That was just
it was one of
unbelievable
those touches, Michael, where it just hit the back of the heel, and you sort of knew something was going to happen. It's one of those. It's one of those really strange ones where it comes off the back of the heel, and it can go anywhere. It can either just hit the top of the crossbar and go over. It can just drop in. It can just go wide. It was one of those ones where it hit it, and you knew something special was going to happen, and that's exactly what the Jets needed last night. The Jets looked in it all game. Look, City took a lead, very early on in the piece after about 20 minutes, through what can only be described as one of the ugliest FIFA, on the Xbox sort of type goals, where it just sort of just bumbles around everywhere, and half a dozen legs get in amongst it, and it just goes over the top of the keeper's legs and straggles in for a goal. So City took the lead, but the City never looked promising, I would say, after that. They looked always one behind the play, whereas the Jets love to play a really fast attacking game of football. And I saw key stats last night before the game where the Jets have only made 250 passes for the game. They've won most of their games, whereas anything after 350 type passes, they lost a lot of them. So It was really interesting to see the stats before last night's game. But the Jets, once they kept attacking, they only just missed out just before half time. Missed one that just hit the top of the crossbar. They were right in it all game, and then Riley McGee, pulls that one out. And it was only about the 78th or 9th minute where the Jets finally took the lead and put the game to bed 2-1 with Jason Hoffman, and it was absolutely fantastic. So, fantastic game last night, and I tell you what, MVD, an even bigger one tonight.
Well, it is the big blue, and we are talking A-League finals purely because it is A-League finals and all that. We're going to talk a little bit of GV Suns and what's happening in the local area in a little bit, but we'll have a quick chat about what's happening in Sydney tonight. Sydney versus Melbourne Victory.
Very big game, mate. Look, it's going to be an absolute rocker. If we just go through some of the key differences so far this season, Sydney FC have only lost about 3 games, whereas the Victory have lost the 10. So it's going to be a really big game there. Look, Sydney have won the last 6 head-to-head games, so I can't see the game going down without a fight. Look, Sydney have never beaten Melbourne in a final in the 90 minutes, so it's always gone out to extra time. So if you're going to hedge your bets, I'd be looking at that one that way. The last 2 grand finals that they've actually played off in ended up 1-1 draws, and Sydney won both times 4-2 on penalties. But clean sheets, Michael, that's certainly the key to winning tonight's game. Sydney have picked up 12 clean sheets out of their 27 games this season. So, and the foul count will be one to watch as well.
This one would be huge, I would dare say.
For the season, the Victory have conceded 510 fouls out of 28 games. So you do the math on that, that doesn't come out very good. Whereas Sydney FC have only conceded 349. So yellow cards will be hotly contested, I think you'll find tonight. Look, and that's the thing. Sydney FC, I don't know about you, Bianca, welcome into the studio. I don't know about you, but I think Sydney FC have been quite the protected species over the last couple of years. And it's nice actually overseas to see Tim Cahill actually get suspended. I think it's been a long time coming as well. So
I reckon he's a bit of a troublemaker,
He's an arrogant flog, that's mine.
Oh, he is the best player. He's the best player. He's the best Socceroo player that has played for the country, and you've just called him a flog. This will get back to him.
No. Look, I don't reckon that he's a bad player at all. I think he's a very good player.
Yeah.
I think he's done a lot for Australian football, but
Off the field.
not even. Like, I mean, you see him.
That was dirty though.
You can see the little nitpicks that he does, and then he's the first one to go over and shake their hand. But like, you can see the sly comment at the same time. Like
Luke Bratton, Melbourne City, last night as well. Another one. Don't get me wrong, he's a very handy player, but he's also one of those genuine flogs. He should have picked up at least 3 yellow cards last night and only got 1. So I don't know.
Because you can't get 3.
No, that's right. He should have picked up 1 about 5 minutes before he finally picked up the first one, and then his third one that he should have picked up was just as bad as the second one. So
look, I always say, if you're going to get a card, get one properly. Don't get one for saying something stupid or. Jeez, that's so dumb.
The corner post come into play last week before. Someone picked up the corner post, kicked it out of the ground. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So we started talking with just...
yes, I have heard a little bit, sorry.
No, that's okay. We were just talking about, was it Riley McGee's goal last night?
Oh, my days.
And Riley McGree. I get the name right. Unbelievable. Freakish goal.
Well, I was actually cleaning up a little bit at home while the game was on, and my boyfriend absolutely losing it. And he's like, "You've got to come see this goal." And I'm like, this had better be like, better not be some crappy little thing. And I was speechless. I was just like, what do you even say to that? Anyone who says Australian football's no good, take that.
No, that's it. Apparently it's gone viral. It's gone all the way overseas and all that sort of stuff, this goal. And
it's exciting football.
Well, it wasn't until you sent me the message last night, because I was busy down at hockey, but you sent me the message last night saying, "Have you checked this goal out?" I'm like,
that's goosebumps goals.
No, but then I looked at it. I think I looked at it this morning and was like, "Yeah, that's not bad."
Yeah.
Yeah.
This Scorpion kick to a whole new level.
Well, that's it. This is the first time Newcastle are in the final for
well, the other week, we were speaking the other week and talking about how you never know, bottom of the table, top of the table, it's anyone's game in the A-League. This is a prime example.
Yeah.
Newcastle Jets last year finished up, bottom. This year, first one's in the final. So, yeah.
Good on them.
Good on them.
Where's it going to be played? Do you know where the finals are going to be played?
That comes down to who wins tonight. Sydney FC win, the game will be held at Allianz Stadium. Newcastle have already booked their spots, and the Victory Get Up will end up going up to Newcastle next week.
So Hunter Stadium could be hosting the Halo Grand Final.
Well, Etihad could have been on the cards.
Yeah, that's it.
If City had got up,
really?
Yeah, City get up last night.
Yeah, well, at least
get up tonight.
Okay.
Games at
Etihad, I can understand.
Mm-hmm.
Allianz, I can understand. Amy Park, I can understand.
You're just thinking
Hunter Stadium, capacity-wise, then what? 15,000 is probably the maximum.
No, they've got 20,000 in their last.
But that's what
they opened the East End for the first time all season.
Thank goodness for that. I mean, but seriously, that's not the best place to be holding the grand final, surely.
I'd pick Sydney. I'd pick Sydney or Melbourne. That's where it's got to.
Yeah, that's my field too. It'd either be Allianz or Etihad. To be perfectly honest, that's my gut feel.
No, it'll end up in New South Wales. Now the Newcastle.
But look, and I mean, Michael, you definitely let me hear about Adelaide.
Sorry, that was a little bit harsh.
No, it's okay. But
Bruce's goal.
all I'm getting is messages from Michael, just navy and white, and just I was just like copping it. And
funnily enough, I didn't hear from him for a while.
So, took a few days with
Brandy.
Oh dear.
I backed the Victory 0-0 at half time, 1-1 at full time, and then 2-1 in extra time. So it didn't cost me a whole lot in the end, but it doesn't matter when the goal ended up.
Anyway,
as long as it's not through.
Well, let's have a look. Let's look a bit local. That's why Bianca's in here. We get her in to talk all things local soccer and talk GV Suns. We'll look at today before we get on to the next round of FFA Cups. But today we take on Brunswick City.
Yes, we have Brunswick. Brunswick are 7. No, sorry, Suns are 7th on the NPL East
side of the
side, and Brunswick are 5th. In saying that, there's 1 point that separates the two sides. Jamie England last week came off injuring his knee, although spoken to the coach, spoken with Craig, and he is back in the side again this week. James Elliott out this week after a hamstring concern in training. More of a better to be safe than sorry. And good news with Matt Elliott. We've got about 3 weeks left before hopefully...
Is this good news for the Suns, or is this just good news for you?
A bit of both, to be honest.
Because I reckon he'd be a horrible watch.
Oh my gosh, last night it was, can you rub my foot? And I was like, nope.
Don't do it yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
But no, that it is good news because that's probably one spot where Jamie and Matt work so well together in the middle of the pitch there, and that's probably where the inconsistency has happened. We're trying to get that
spot filled.
Yeah, and it's working on some weeks, it's not other weeks, but we don't have that consistency that's happening, and that's where the different results are coming through.
So, obviously tonight, 7 p.m. kickoff, and the 20s play
at 5
against Brunswick City as well?
Yes, the 20s will be down a player this week with Alo Quoll getting a straight red last week, so superstar Alo won't be able to add to the goal scoring tally this week.
How did they go last week against Springbok?
They won.
Ooh, so that's 6 on the trot?
That will...
Was that 6?
They drew.
Oh, okay. They're still undefeated.
Yeah, but in saying that, Cooper Gostre.
Yep.
25 metres out.
Yeah.
Off the volley.
Oh,
back
really?
of the net.
Bang.
It was an absolute screamer.
I'd much rather watch that than last night, to be perfectly honest.
I got sent one last night. There was a footage starting to sneak around, about 92 minutes gone. The goalkeeper snuck up into the box, 1-0 down. Ball's come in from the corner, hasn't quite come in again, so the ball's come out of the box. Blake crosses it back in, goalkeeper bang, bicycle kicks it into the back.
No, I have not seen that.
I think I did see something around it.
It's absolutely incredible.
In saying that, I do remember quite a few years ago when my good old father of mine was coaching the reserves team down at Shepparton South. Let the goalkeeper take it to pen.
Yep.
And he scored it.
Yep.
And it was the best moment of Kane Dudley's life.
You wouldn't be able to hear anymore.
Oh, he was just saying, Matty, let me take it. And he's going, alright, but if this does not go in,
you're in trouble.
And yeah, sure enough, he scored it. So.
Awesome. So that's tonight from 5 o'clock down at the McEwen Reserve.
Right.
Juniors are playing.
Juniors are playing today.
As we're speaking, aren't they? Yeah.
So yeah, get around. We've got SJSA. There's
very busy day today.
It's that time. It's winter sports season. There's soccer, hockey, netball. There's even some tennis still going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all happening.
Now I suppose we're all keen on what's happening tonight, but I think what we're looking forward to is Tuesday. Is it this Tuesday? It is this Tuesday. 7:30 kickoff. FFA Cup round 6 versus Bentley Greens.
Yeah.
I saw the two sides that could have been playing, and I'm sitting there going, please be the other one. I think it was someone like St Kilda or something like that. Not to throw you under the bus, Brandon, but Bentley's probably the powerhouse of the FFA Cup, bar the A-League side.
Correct. I mean, between them and Avondale in the NPL 1,
this is the last game before you move into the round of 32.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, and this is as far as Suns have ever made it.
Right.
So in other words, get down there and get supporting, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, the boys are up and about. They know it's not going to be an easy one. But I could just imagine the atmosphere in the rooms if they get through this round, because
you'll be on TV after that.
Yeah.
So
there's the best way to do it.
I mean,
showcasing it on a national level.
And it's not like we've got the facility there now. You're undercover.
Well, that's it. And then Matt will be back from injury too, so he'll be able to get his makeup done and get on TV.
That's it, Card King. You get 2 yellow cards and have a week off.
Tuesday night, Lockerbie and Dorset.
Tuesday night.
That is exactly where you're going to find those.
Yeah?
7:30, I'll be down there.
Alright, I'll come over after the hockey training.
Done.
Cool.
I'll tell you what, it is bright as anything out there with those lights on. It's fantastic.
So yeah.
Now at 7:30, Shepparton's McEwen Reserve get down there, support the GV
It's
Suns.
going to be,
It's going to be an absolute
it's going to be a
ripper
big
game.
one. Yeah.
Huge, and then hopefully we can get a win. If it's a draw, it goes to what they call a replay. Is that correct? And that'll probably be down in Bedley.
Correct.
To be totally honest. So we need to get the win.
Yeah.
At least 1-0 to us.
Yeah.
Why don't they just play extra time and just finish it off, or
It's the FFA Cup. It's the way they work. It's the same what they do in England, I believe, as well. Which is, I agree with you. I think it's silly. They should go extra time and all that.
just finish it off on the one night?
You know,
Nah,
more football better.
Yeah, apparently.
But so, and I mean, for anyone who doesn't know, Bentley's undefeated, 8 wins, 1 draw. So that's in a league above us. So
which is the league below the A League.
Correct. He's onto it.
I worked it out. Yes. Makes sense.
I know.
Yeah, you know. Of course, you know.
South Melbourne supporter.
Yeah, well, there you go. All right, so that's the GV Sun. BASL, just quickly, anything going on? Oh, what's happened there?
Okay, well, anyone who
Anything
wasn't at the game last week, the big one, the Sheffield United versus Chura, the crowd was going crazy.
Yeah.
It was packed. Keeping the table really interesting now. We've got Strathdale with 3 straight wins. Sheffield United and Eaglehawk on 7 points in second. Tachura and Shepparton South rounding out the top of the table, both on 3rd and 6 points. And then we've got Shepparton following on 4 points. So they're in 6th place. But it's very tight at the minute. Very tight. And I mean, Tachura definitely had their fair share of shots on the weekend. Just couldn't put away. I mean, that's just what it came down to at the end of it. And Shepparton United really knocked the ball around well, just knocking the ball around the Tachura players. It probably showed a little bit of fitness lacking in Tachura's side. But yeah, no, it was a good game. It was definitely a good game. It was great to see the actual supporters getting around their team. That's something that, you know, we definitely want to see more of. And I think probably the weather had a lot to do with it as well. It was a great day, and everyone was down, bringing the family along and getting involved. So I think that had a lot to do with it as well. Strathdale's also dominating the women's side. Joint top with Shepparton South and Eaglehawk. Shepparton United's 4th, and struggling tap side in last position.
This is in the women's?
Yeah, I do feel sorry for these girls. I actually had a chat to a few of them on Sunday last week. And I just said to them, look, at the end of it, I mean, they are a young side. Might pop down to one of their training sessions either Wednesday or Friday next week, and just kind of see, like, sometimes I know the way that some coaches tried to explain to me when I was growing up and playing on how to track the ball and pass, and then the way someone else would explain it, eventually it sunk in, eventually I understood, but it's, you know, it's a thing of not meeting the ball and hitting the ball, because your first touch is going to go 10 metres in front of you. It's more cushioning the ball and
just relax.
And trying to explain that to, you know, 13, 14-year-old girls that are playing for the first time. I mean, we want to keep them around, and when they're struggling with their scoreline like that, then I mean, anything that anyone can do if they want to go down and support women's football, then definitely give the girls a.
Talking about that cushioning of the ball, that's not just something that happens at the lower level, getting that wrong. That's exactly what cost Melbourne City last night. If you watch that second goal, that's exactly what cost. It was the first touch off the City defender. It was stiff, he was panicked, he stressed about it, and it just came flying off him, straight to Hoffman, and Hoffman bang, he didn't make the mistake out of it.
So the Bendigo League scores for last week in the senior men, we had Shepparton played Moama Echuca, beating them 6-2. Shepparton United Soccer Club beat Tachura 2-0, and Shepparton South got the winner over Golden City 5-0.
Jeez.
Yeah, so look, I mean, our Shepparton local side seems to be doing really, really well. So that's positive for us. And then with the women, Shepparton United This is the scoreline, 12-0 over Takura.
Yeah.
But in saying that, they're not the only one. Sheffield and South also beat Golden City 7-0. So...
Hey, and to be perfectly honest, what was it, 20-0 in the first game?
That's exactly right. So
like we're talking about, it was...
As long as you can see an improvement, the girls will feel as though they're doing better each week. And they're learning from their mistakes. And, I mean, at the end of it, if you're involved now, and then you're involved when they're winning a premiership, you can say, I've seen these girls come so far.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No, all good. Is that about all we've got?
That's about all we've got. I don't know if you guys have spoken about the Premier League.
No, because Man City won that. We're like,
there's only 3 weeks left to go in that.
And that'll start back in September anyway.
Yeah, and then, come June, I'm sure we'll have a little bit of World Cup talk to talk about.
We're only 49 days, 48 days.
Something like that.
No one's counting down now, are they?
No.
Just SBS every day on Facebook. Yeah, they come up with some ripple highlights. All right, well, thanks very much, Bianca.
No problem.
I reckon
we'll see you guys next week, hopefully on time.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll blame the driver. We'll blame the driver for that one.
That's it.
Yeah, yours is generally late, so...
Anyway, we might even see you Tuesday night.
Sounds good. Well, I'll be there giving the Facebook updates on the GV Suns Facebook page, so get around it.
Ladies and gentlemen, to finish off this segment, we're just going to finish off with how we started as well. We're going to listen to this A-League goal. Thanks very much, courtesy of Fox Sports, ladies and gentlemen. We're off to a break. On the other side, we're going to talk all things hockey.
Penalty conceding kind of situation, but Atkinson did well. The boy from... Oh my goodness! Have you seen a more freakish goal in A-League history? Riley McGree with a scorpion kick into the top corner. It's one of the most amazing things we've ever seen. Come on, Ernie, on your feet. Great touch, Georgieski. The 1-2 and the Renee. I mean, just when you think you've seen everything. Look at Vazanis. He's just watched that sail over his head. It's not going to, is it? It's not. It did, you know. What an incredible effort from Riley McGree.